This conference will now be recorded.
There she is, telling us we're being recorded. Hello, my name is Paige Cargioli. My business is Open Heart Holistic Therapy, and I am an emotional polarity technique practitioner. EPT is a totally different approach in emotional health care. Instead of relying on traditional talk therapy or medication, EPT relies on the science of forgiveness to help people get to the root of what their issues are and feel better and enjoy their life more, whatever the circumstances might be, because there's always going to be some circumstances that are challenging us. So today we have PD, and PD's done EPT before. You're not trained though, are you? Are you
No,
trained? Okay. You just reap all the EPT benefits.
just all that.
Yeah. All right, so PD, is it okay if we record this and post it on the internet for everyone to see?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you.
Like,
I said once with someone, I was like, and maybe we'll go viral for it. And she was like, okay. I'm like, I think we'll be fine now. And of course, if you would like for something to be taken down, we can always take it down. I actually had someone once ask. It wasn't an EPT related thing, but I was like, yeah, I can take whatever you want down. All right, so PD, what are we going to be working on?
okay, I watch entirely too much TV.
Oh boy.
I've done this before. I've had like an elation of 7. So I've just always liked TV, but I've been fortunate. I've been a stay-at-home mom for, oh, good heavens, 17 years. And now the kids are getting older, I have a little more free time, and it's like, because it's quiet at home a lot now that they're older. And so I'll just turn on the TV just because it's quiet to fill in the noise. But with, oh my gosh, Netflix and fast forwarding, it's easy to get caught in that cycle. So
So TV.
Yes, get down because I just watch TV, but sometimes I get invested in their lives. Whatever I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, I have to figure out.
Do you have a preferred type of TV, or is it anything? Like, are you like a reality TV junkie, or are you like
No reality? No, just
oh no? So it's more like dramas, or like
I'll do HGTV. I do comedies. I mean, I'll even listen to comedians sometimes if I just want something on in the background so I could work. I mean, I even do lots of audiobooks, but when I do that, I can clean and do stuff. But just when I get sucked down, I'm like, oh, just watch this while I'm eating. And I'm like, crap, it's an hour and a half later, I got nothing done.
only
So,
an hour and a half?
and then when the kids come home, I'm frustrated because I didn't get done what I should have gotten done.
Okay.
And there's other things in life I want to do besides
Sit and watch TV.
sit at home and be like, ooh, I wonder who they killed this week, that type of thing.
What I want done. So the feeling with the TV is more like it's partly sort of filling space, but also avoiding something.
Yeah, I'm a great I don't want to say avoider, but oh good heavens, I hate cleaning.
Procrastinator.
Yes.
Procrastination.
I'm always doing the same
All right.
stuff. Like paperwork gets moved from one spot to that's been my nemesis for 25 years. I've just come to accept it. But the fact that I'm sitting here watching TV when I'd rather be out walking or building my business or something else or doing other training, that's when I get frustrated.
Okay, I get it. Oh, and so it's like I could have been reading, or I could have been walking, or I could have been working out.
Yes. So yeah.
Okay. So it's almost like it's not like you're not necessarily like binge watching like 6 hours a day.
Sometimes I feel like it. Like if it's I'm not, but sometimes like if it's like 8 o'clock and I'm done and I'm like, crap, I sat there for like 3.5, 4 hours watching stupid TV shows, and I'm like, because I was tired. What else could I have done in that time? Or spent quality time with my kids, or yes.
Okay. So yeah, okay. Is it every day?
It can be. So like last year for Lent, I told my girlfriend Patty, I said, okay, I get 1 hour of TV during the day. And I said, if I do more than that, I'll send you $5. So she would get random $5 in the mail. So she loved it. But that was like, I had to have something to keep me.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, I gave up TV, and my parents have given up TV before for Lent. I gave it up for Lent once, and it was rough. It was hard. It was weird.
and as a family, we grew up, we like to watch TV together, or we'll
Yeah.
sit down and watch a movie. And so I like doing that. But
Yeah.
when I do it during the day, when I should be something else that I would like to do, that's when I get mad at myself because I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's so funny because we did read more when we were watching TV, but we started doing puzzles. Like, I mean, doing a puzzle, like, like, I mean, a puzzle is kind of also just a time waster, but also I don't know, I guess it's good for your brain. It's a little bit exercise-ish. I don't like,
it is. But yeah, I know there's other ways to fill the
yeah,
time. But
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
do more of my real estate, and I could read more, And some things I'm just like, whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get on with it. Not done. I've gotten rid
Okay.
of some goals, but yeah.
Well, to me, it almost sounds more like either procrastination or, I mean, TV, because like, it doesn't sound like you're that bad, but maybe I'm just compensating for myself. I don't know. uh, like, let's see. But there are things that you want to do. So, okay.
Yes.
So it's basically like being able to choose the things that I want for myself, but then also not feeling guilty or bad about myself if I choose TV sometimes. Mhm.
Right. Like for instance, when I said I gave up for Lent one day, I'm like, I'm tired. It's cold. I got nowhere to go. I'm gonna watch TV. So I put $5 in the envelope and watch. I figure if the house is picked up and the kids are fed, if that's all I have to do for the day, that's fine.
Mhm.
But I kind of get to the point where it's like, all right, I need a little bit more than
Okay.
yes.
You have almost too much time, and you're like, I know I could keep filling this time with just TV if I really wanted to, but I but I shouldn't.
No, I should. Because it's
Yeah.
and when you're in charge of your own schedule, it's kind of like, oh, well, okay, I could do that tomorrow. That's another
Mm.
problem.
Okay, so it's like distraction and procrastination.
That's always my
And then so focus is being distracted and using TV to basically like, you know, fill some space
right.
instead of choosing what I actually want or what I think is good for me or what should be better. So,
Well,
um,
sometimes, like I said, I just turn it on because it's quiet and it's just
mhm,
if I
mhm.
eat breakfast
But then
alone,
you get sucked in.
yes, I get sucked in. I can't stop to, ooh, how are they going to reveal the house this time? I love HGTV.
Me too. Let's see here. Distraction and procrastination from quiet. Um, not getting done what I want to get done or not doing what I want to do
Probably not doing what I want to do.
or
I
what I
think,
say I want to do.
well, yeah, when the kids are gone, so when they come home, I feel like that's when I feel guilty because I'm like, oh, I had all day to do this and I didn't get it done. But I feel like I should do it now instead of enjoying them.
Hmm.
If everyone's home from school and doing like they're going to be going to hybrid next semester, I'm like, ooh, I won't turn on the TV as much because I'll feel like it looks bad, or they'll be busy and it'll keep me busy too. So it might actually help me.
And you saying that makes me think you're a little bit in bargain, where you're like, oh, there's an opportunity for me to avoid the television.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just thinking like part of it, I think there's going to be a part of it where the ability to basically choose what it is you want instead, or not instead, but because I love myself.
Right.
And, and if I decide to watch some TV or to take a day, I'm not using it as a distraction. I'm, you know,
Right.
it doesn't have to be that, or I'm not using it just to fill space.
Yeah, I'm like the what's that? The squirrel, like or the dog from Up, where he's like, oh, squirrel, squirrel. I just
Mhm,
I'm not a one shot focus kind of gal.
mhm. Well, and again, I'm like sort of thinking like, what are these things you want to, what exactly is it that you want to do? Or it's almost more the guilty feeling of being sucked into the TV.
What would I like to do? So I would like to do more with my real estate and education for that. This is the third time we moved since 2013, so it's kind of like, okay, I need to make some more friends. COVID thing threw everything off. I used to play tennis during the week in Hawaii, and I don't do that now. So life it just changes.
Are you moving right now?
No, I'm
Oh,
in
okay.
Mississippi. No, I've been here since 2019.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
no,
And you're where?
in Mississippi on the
Okay.
Gulf Coast.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well, let's do some breathing. We'll build rapport. We'll do the magnets. So we got blue and blue, or green and green, depending on your magnets. All right, and then you put them on your head, and we're going to breathe together. So breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. All right, and then you put a finger in the middle of between your eyes, basically, and then one on the base of your skull. And
Okay.
then same thing. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And you take these down. All right, so it's almost like the TV represents so much. It's like not even TV as like a thing. It's just like the TV distracts. The TV is procrastination. The
Right.
TV, you know, isn't what I want to do, and I go towards it anyway.
Right.
All right, so let's get you think about all that stuff.
Okay. I'm like, even as a kid, though, a little kid, it's like, here, watch the TV while I make dinner. And I mean, I remember in grade school, I made like a recipe, and it's like, oh, when Three's Company's over, your food should be done type thing. So I even reference TV. I just like TV. It's my face.
All right, okay, so I was testing sort of the distress about it, and I think the distress I think is like not getting what I want done is about a 10. So,
Okay.
and then the elation is a 5.
Okay.
So it's a little high, but not super high. Stage of healing is bargain. Showing up is weak.
Okay.
And for anybody who's out there watching, I am muscle testing. If PD was with me in person, I would muscle test her, but I'm muscle testing myself. And just looking for that distress elation stage of healing. So you're in bargain. So you're basically, rationalizing everything. So, or trying to figure out how to fix it so you don't feel so bad. What is it? It says here, I hate my life. Something's got to give. Maybe if I do this or that, then it'll be better. That's the bargain. I'll do these things and then it'll feel better. But I'm doing it because I hate my life, not because I love my life. I have my little I have my cards up here on the wall. All right, so let's keep going. Let's figure out what the who is. Self, anger. So anger, my anger at someone else. My anger. My anger currently at a friend.
Currently of a friend?
Yeah, or current-ish female friend.
I have lots of those.
Friend is a loose term that could also mean, it could be frenemy. I don't know. So my anger with a friend, a female friend. This is just the current.
Okay.
So I don't know, name some names.
Like, no one comes off. Who is someone I talked to? Monique,
Mm-hmm.
Michelle,
Continue.
Pat, Christy. Who else could it be?
Patty works.
I talk to her 3 times a week. You know Patty. You've met Patty.
I thought I met Patty, yeah. Okay, why would you be angry with Patty? I don't know. Is she nearby?
I'm on the call, FYI.
Oh, hey Patty.
Hi, Paige. I can't wait to hear this
Why
one.
would Petey be mad at you?
I have absolutely no idea unless she's frustrated with me because I'm not following all the rules that she gives me, which I know are right.
Well, see, that's what I mean. Like, so it could be something like that. I don't know if you guys are in the same town. It could be like you missed her, or I don't know. She's not here. She's not here enough. She's not talking to me enough. I don't know.
We
That's
talk 3 times a week at least. She lives in Chicago, so
Okay.
we talk
It
all the time.
must be because you miss me.
Well, it's funny that you said. I mean, does that make sense to you, Petey? As far as just like that, it could be she's not following your advice, but you also don't follow your own advice.
Probably it could be. Here, follow my advice because I don't follow it yet.
Yeah, it's like do as I say, not as I do. Like if she did it, then I could do it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's funny because what Patty said first right off the bat works. As far as just like she tells me these things, but then what did you?
It
I
could
said
be
she's quite frustrated with me because I don't follow the advice that she gives when it is accurate advice.
Sometimes she does.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So okay, all right. So thanks, Patty. Thank you for that insight. Very helpful. So yeah, we'll go with that. It's almost like a like frustration would be a fine word too. Oh my internet might freeze. My internet's a little slow, so.
Well,
Right.
and Patty's kind of in the transition stage of her life as well, as far as me, because I have been a stay-at-home mom, but my kids are phasing me out of my job because 2 of them are in high school and 1 in college. So I think that kind of goes. Patty and I are both trying to rediscover and find ourselves.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Cool. Yeah. I asked like, is it because Patty doesn't listen? No, it's because Patty doesn't do something. Like frustration.
Oh.
All right. But then then you just like look back at yourself and you're like, oh.
And Patty's the one I used to send $5 to if I watched too much TV. He was the one I had to, like, we make ourselves accountable. I mean, we always try to raise our level of awareness and
Perfect.
to be a better person. So
All right, I'm going back. So the original, so my anger with Patty, she doesn't do what yeah, she's not doing something that I think she should do, or something, or do it fast enough or something. Yeah. All right, so we're going to age 5. And it's a friend again. Do you remember any friends at age 5? I know you also have a lot of sisters, right?
Dude, probably my best friend at age 5, the only one I think about is Tracy.
Tracy doesn't seem to work, but let's see.
There's a girl named Donna.
Mm,
All I remember is Tracy.
okay. I'm kind of like looking at my list here, and let's see. So it's still my anger. Okay, no, we're going family. Okay, we're going to a sister. Okay,
Yeah,
who are the sisters?
my only sister at that point.
Oh, then Karen. Yep.
Yep.
Wait, but who? Wait, when was the next one born?
I
Or
think it was 7 when she was born.
okay. Yeah, Karen. Yeah, Karen. Karen's probably on here too. Karen.
I don't know if she is, but
Yeah.
the only thing I'm thinking of is we thought back, pretty much anytime I got in trouble, I was with Karen.
How old was she when you were 5?
We're 15 months apart, so she
Oh.
yeah.
Were you guys? But you weren't in the same grade.
No. She was 2 grades ahead.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So my anger with Karen when I'm 5, because she. I mean, is it? Huh?
We just got in trouble. It could have been when we walked across the wet concrete. We did get our butts busted for that.
You, is that like at your house?
Yeah, our neighbors double dog dared us, so we walked across wet concrete. You know, we're 5.
Well, you're yeah, 5 and like 6-ish.
So I remember that.
Okay. Well, and I'm also just thinking like that she's not doing either she's not doing something you want to do, or I
Yeah.
mean,
She's my oldest sister. It could be anything.
well, and I'm just trying to think through like my anger at Karen when I'm 5, because it is something to do with like she's not doing something that I want her to do. Yeah.
We used to go hiking in the woods all the time. Maybe she didn't want to go with me, or maybe she made me go and I didn't want to go. I don't know. That's when you were allowed to be unsupervised for hours.
Yeah, concrete doesn't seem to be working, because it sounds like you guys were a team on that.
We were, I don't know. We just, would that have anything
Yeah.
to do with riding horses or anything?
Did you guys watch a lot of TV when you were 5 and 6, or no? Were you out and about?
Yeah, yes,
Mm.
we did.
Maybe Karen's watching TV, or you want to watch TV, or I'm like thinking about like wars over what you want to watch.
That could be, well, we had 3 channels back then in the early in the mid 70s. So,
But you're still watching.
oh yeah. Commercial, Dukes of Hazzard, all those funds.
Yeah, any of that could work. Okay, we're gonna do green liver, which is on your right side,
Okay.
next to on your rib cage, and then on your forehead.
Okay.
All right, so I feel angry at Karen when I'm 5 because she's not doing something I want. So breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Yeah, and it could be something with the TV.
Could be. We only had one, so maybe we were fighting over it.
Or if it could be maybe you wanted to watch TV and she wanted to go do something, or she was watching TV and you wanted to go do something.
Right. I'm fine.
All right, so other emotions. Sadness at 5. It seems. All right, lung. I'm like, okay, so I feel sad.
Is it because I had to leave my mom and go to kindergarten, or?
No. I'm like wondering, let's see, I feel sad because but Karen was already in school for some time at that time.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, I had my tonsils out in kindergarten.
Oh, you did?
Yes. And I remember I had to miss the Halloween party because Karen brought me I think it's a Halloween party or Christmas. Karen had to bring my stuff back from school.
You probably were sitting and watching TV with your tonsils, eating ice cream.
Sherbert, I was allergic to milk.
Sure, Bert. Okay, so I'm sad.
Yeah, I was home for 2 weeks. And I had the chicken pox too. I think that was about age 5.
So you had a lot of like time at home.
Probably, yes. I don't know when that was exactly.
Okay. All right, all right. So I feel sad because,
Pox.
huh?
I don't think Karen had chicken pox, just me.
Maybe it's just a feeling. From what it's like I feel, it's like I feel sick or I feel bad, and the bad feeling is um like I just don't feel well. um
I was sick quite a bit back then.
and so you're not feeling well and you're watching TV.
Yes. Like, because you don't feel well enough to do anything else, I guess.
Okay. Okay. All right. Red and red. One red on your lung.
Which side?
Red on lung up here. There you go. And then red on your forehead. And then we'll breathe. I feel sad because because I'm sick, basically. Yeah. Did Karen also have chickenpox and all that stuff? Did you have like a chickenpox party?
I don't think she did. I just remember laying on the couch, trying not to scratch. And then I remember missing the parties because of my tonsils out.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have ice cream. And
So it wasn't like, yay, I get to be home. This is exciting. It's like, no, this is terrible. And I'm just going to stare at the TV and not think about this.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, I had some scars on my face from the chicken pox. And I think I had it pretty bad. I don't know if Karen got it. I don't remember.
Yeah, it would be strange if she didn't, or like how that worked. But
Bad as I did. I don't remember. I'll have to ask her.
So trauma was phase 2 trauma. So for anybody watching, phase 1 is sort of fight or flight mode. Your left brain is under functioning and your right brain is over functioning, trying to like go after the bear, very anxious. And phase 2 is the checkout mode, freeze mode. So your your brain is like, I'm just going to go away now.
That's right. Yes, that's a good one.
So we're in phase 2. All that means is while we're doing statements, you'll throw the magnets up on your head. So yeah, but it's two things. It's this sort of like sad picture of not feeling well and watching TV. So that's probably why you feel bad when you're watching the TV, not necessarily because you're avoiding something or not getting something done, but because it's this from this sort of time period where you're little and like a little bit miserable watching TV. And then also, then there's another piece of the sort of do as I say, not as I do, where I want to be able to do something, or I want somebody to do something for me or do something for them, but they're not. And maybe you're thinking you're 5. I'm like, I'm incapacitated. I can't do this thing. Or maybe you wanted Karen to hang out with you on the couch, and she was like, "No, I'm gonna go play." And you're like,
Yeah, she had to go to school where I was home for 2 weeks at least.
yeah, that seems, yeah. Stay here with me, Karen. Don't go away. She's like, no, I'm gonna go have fun. You stay in your little.
You're gross. You got bumps on your face.
And your parents, if she didn't have it at the same time as you, they'd be like, stay away from your sister.
Yeah, I don't remember it. She must have had it, but I don't think it was as bad as mine.
Oh. All right, but you guys weren't together having chicken pox on the couch.
I don't
I
remember.
remember. All right, so yeah, magnets on your head. And I've got my Qigong machine, so I'll put that on.
Color. Am I?
Oh, red. Red. Yeah, there you go. And if you want to put your headband on, you can.
That would be a little too pretty. Let me see.
I have like, oh
wait, this is that fancy one. I think it's one of those that slides back. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see.
I love it. It looks perfect. Now you can also rub the fear release points.
Okay,
It kind of matches. It almost looks like you have a hat on right now.
Look
Because it matches with your earrings.
looking good. Just rub or tap?
You can just rub.
Okay.
And I'll tap myself sometimes.
Okay.
'Cause I don't have my magnets attached to my head though. Sometimes I can balance. it's bobby pins. It's bobby pins. All right. Okay, so I'm like, I've got my forgiveness statements up here. I'll grab them. All right, I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing.
I have to hold on to sadness.
I have to hold on to sadness
From when I was 5.
from when I was 5.
And I didn't feel well watching TV.
I didn't feel well watching TV.
And couldn't do what I wanted to do.
I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
Yeah, right. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing.
I have to watch TV
I have to watch TV
until I feel better.
until I feel better.
Yeah, right. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing.
Others won't show up for me.
Others won't show up for me.
If I'm not feeling well.
If I'm not feeling well.
So I'll use TV.
So I'll use TV
to fill the space.
to fill the space.
Great. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing
I have to use TV
that I have to use TV
to fill a space
to fill a space
while others get to do what they want.
while others get to do what they want.
Great. I forgive my 5-year-old self for believing
I forgive my 5-year-old self for believing
that this sadness and anger
that this sadness and anger
would never end.
can never end.
Great. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
it was my fault
that it was my fault
that I didn't feel well
that I didn't feel well.
and needed to watch TV the whole time.
And it did when I watched TV the whole time?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah, and I needed to watch TV the whole time.
And I needed to watch TV the whole time.
I forgive my 5-year-old self
I forgive my 5-year-old self
for using TV
for using TV
to avoid the sadness she felt
to avoid the sadness I felt
when she was sick, or when I was sick,
when I was sick
and no one else was here with me.
and no one else was here with me.
Yeah, babe. I forgive my 5-year-old self for believing
I forgive my 5-year-old self for believing
no one will show up for her
no one will show up for me
while I'm sick.
while I'm sick.
I forgive my 5-year-old self
I forgive my 5-year-old self
for using TV
for using TV
to avoid the sadness
to avoid the sadness
and feel better.
and to feel better.
I forgive Karen
I forgive Karen.
I forgive Karen when I'm 5
I forgive Karen when I was 5
for not being there for me
for not being there for me
and just doing what she wanted
and just doing what she wanted
while I was stuck watching TV.
while I was stuck at home watching TV.
I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
this anger can't change
that this anger can't change
and this sadness can't change
and this sadness can't change
unless I'm watching TV.
unless I'm watching TV.
I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
Karen has to be there for me,
that Karen has to be there for me.
or Karen has to be there for me before I can feel better,
That Karen has to be there for me before I can feel better
or stop watching TV.
or stop watching TV.
Yeah, right. I forgive my 5-year-old self
I forgive my 5-year-old self
uh, for being sad and angry
for being sad and angry
when she didn't feel well,
when I didn't feel well
and I didn't get to be with the people I loved.
and I didn't get to be with people I love.
I just had to be stuck with the TV.
I just had to be stuck with the TV.
Right. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
I have to be angry with Karen
that I have to be angry with Karen
because she wouldn't watch TV with me,
because she wouldn't watch TV with me.
or take me away to do something else.
Take me away to do something else.
Yeah, right. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
I need someone else
I need someone else
to pull me away from TV,
to pull me away from TV
or to tell me that I'm okay,
or to tell me that I'm okay,
to feel better.
to feel better.
Right. I forgive myself
I forgive my
or forgive my 5-year-old self
I forgive my 5-year-old self
for not knowing what to do except to watch TV.
for not knowing what to do except watch TV.
Can't breathe. I forgive my 5-year-old self
I forgive my 5-year-old self
for being angry
for being angry
when um when everyone didn't come be with me and watch TV.
when everyone didn't come be with me and watch TV.
Can't breathe. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
watching TV
watching TV
is the only way to feel better
is the only way to feel better
when you feel bad.
when you feel bad.
Can't breathe. I forgive myself I forgive myself
I forgive myself
for believing.
for believing
I have to be reminded of the sadness
that I have to be reminded of the sadness
and the anger
and the anger
when I was 5
when I was 5
and I didn't feel good.
and I didn't feel good.
And my sister and my family weren't there.
And my sister and my family weren't there.
Can't breathe. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
TV is more dependable than people.
that TV is more dependable than people. And
I
you know,
forgive myself.
sorry, I thought of is if my kids ever stay home from school, they're not allowed to watch TV, have their phones. I've never put that together. I'm like, if you're really sick, then just sleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never thought of that until. So when they're homesick, they're homesick. They're not going to watch TV, but I never put those together like that.
I just like think of like a sad, sick child just like.
And I would not be too sick, and if I'm contagious, I can't go out and play. And I mean, I get it, but
Yeah, well, and it's just sort of letting go of that. Um, let's see here.
and I laugh. I still think I'm like, oh my gosh, Karen is out all the time. She's never home. Like even now, I'm just like, oh, they're out. They got more people to hang out with. So that's another thing too that popped in my head.
Yeah, well, I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
I can't feel joy or relaxed
that I can't feel joy or relaxed
if I don't have the TV
if I don't have the TV
or have something to watch on TV
or have something to watch on TV
when I don't feel good.
when I don't feel good.
When I don't feel good, or I don't have someone with me.
When I don't feel good or I don't have someone with me or someone to talk to.
I forgive my 5-year-old self
I forgive my 5-year-old self
for not knowing any better.
for not knowing any better.
Yeah, I'm rude. I forgive Karen
I forgive Karen
for hurting my feelings
for hurting my feelings.
when she wouldn't stay with me and watch TV.
She wouldn't stay with me and watch TV.
Yeah, I'm rude. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
I need to use TV
that I need to use TV
to fill up space
to fill up space
when I'm sad
when I'm sad
because someone else isn't here.
because someone else isn't here.
Yeah, I'm rude. I forgive Karen
I forgive Karen
um, for not showing up the way I wanted when I was 5.
For not showing up the way I wanted when I was 5.
Yeah. I forgive Karen
I forgive Karen
for not being as sad as I was
for not
when
being
I
as
was 5.
bad as I was when I was 5.
Yeah, when I was right. Yeah, I forgive Karen
I forgive Karen
for getting to do all the fun things while I just had to sit at home.
for doing all the fun things while I had to sit at home.
I'm brave. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing
Um, I have to be loyal to the TV
that I have to be loyal to the TV
and pretend like that it's what I want.
and pretend that that's what I want
Because Karen gets to do what she wants to do.
because Karen gets to do what she wants to do.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Be like, sure, are you sure you don't want to sit and watch with me?
And that's funny, sometimes I just want to watch TV alone. I've never, but I do enjoy it. I'm thinking of in college, we would all sit and watch Friends before we went out. That was fun. But yeah,
I forgive I forgive myself for believing, or I forgive myself. Sorry, I forgive myself
I forgive myself
for using TV
for using TV
as a distraction from the sadness and anger,
as a distraction from the sadness and anger
and a replacement
and a replacement
for connecting with someone,
for connecting with someone
and connecting with myself
or connecting with myself
and what I want to do
and what I want to do.
To make myself better.
Make myself better and to live my life.
Yeah. I give, or we'll say I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing.
I have to be angry with Patty
I have to be angry with Patty.
when she doesn't do what my advice.
She doesn't take my advice.
Yeah. I give, or I forgive. Yeah, I forgive Patty
I forgive Patty
for hurting my feelings
for hurting my feelings
when she doesn't take my advice.
when she doesn't take my advice.
Right. I give Patty permission to forgive me
I give Patty permission to forgive me
for blaming her
for blaming her
for my anger.
for my anger.
Yeah, I'm right. I give Patty permission to forgive me
I give Patty permission to forgive me
when I don't take her advice.
when I don't take her advice.
Yeah. I give Patty permission to forgive me
I give Patty permission to forgive me
when I am just as distracted as she is.
when I'm just as distracted as she is.
Yeah, right. I give Patty permission to forgive me
I give Patty permission to forgive me
when I need her to do something before I do it.
when I need her to do something before I do it.
Let's see here. I love and accept myself,
I love and accept myself
even when I'm afraid.
even when I'm afraid.
TV will make me sit, or I'll need TV. I'll always need TV
I will always need TV
to avoid the sadness.
to avoid the sadness.
I love and accept myself,
I love and accept myself
even when I'm afraid.
even when I'm afraid.
I'll still be distracted and procrastinate,
I'll still be distracted and procrastinate,
even if I never watch TV again.
even if I never watch TV again. Yeah,
Great.
that's a good one.
I love and accept myself,
I love and accept myself.
even when I'm afraid.
Excuse me, even when I'm afraid.
I'll use TV to connect
I'll use TV to connect
instead of actually connecting.
instead of actually connecting.
Yeah, I'm great. I love and accept myself,
I love and accept myself,
even when I'm afraid.
even when I'm afraid.
Connecting with myself and others,
Connecting with myself and others
and with God
and with God.
means I'll feel sad. I might feel sad
Excuse me, means that I might feel sad
or angry
or angry
or sick.
or sick.
Yeah, I'm great. Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free
to feel relaxed and joyful,
to feel relaxed and joyful
and happy and forgiving.
and happy and forgiving.
Choosing to watch TV or not.
Choosing to watch TV or not.
I'm great. Without this pattern, I am free
Excuse me, without this pattern, I am free
to feel joy and relaxed
to feel joy and relaxed
when things are just quiet
when things are just quiet
and I can do what I want,
and I can do what I want.
or the things that I need to do that I don't want.
For the things I need to do that I don't want. That's
Yeah, great.
Whew.
Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free
to do what I want to do
to do what I want to do
out of love for myself and others,
out of love for myself and others,
even if that might also be watching TV.
even if that might also be watching TV.
Yeah, right. Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free
to love myself
to love myself
and feel joy and relaxed,
and feel joy and relax.
doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm free. Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free
to feel love, forgiveness, and happiness,
to feel love, forgiveness, and happiness
and relaxed.
and relaxed.
Um, Even if I don't feel well,
Even if I don't feel well
or the person I want isn't here.
or the person I want isn't here.
Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free. See you moving a lot.
to show up for myself
To show up for myself
and to and connect with God's love
and connect with God's love
instead of expecting someone else to rescue me
instead of expecting someone else to rescue me
or do something for me
or do something for me or with me
take me away from the TV.
or take me away from the TV.
Yeah. Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free
to go deeper in my relationships with others
to go deeper in my relationship with others
and with God.
and with God.
Yeah. And know that that's enough.
And know that that's enough.
Yeah, right. That's pretty good. How are you feeling?
That was good. I like the statements. I felt that they were true, and I would not have linked it to 5-year-old me and
Your friends.
Patty.
I'm like, there is this There is like a little bit of that, like, do as I say, not as I do thing is kind of a, but I feel like that's something you're working on anyway. Like you're trying to be more congruent about how you exist.
Yes, because especially you have a little baby, but when your kids get older, like my daughter, I'm like, you're watching too much TV. You got college applications. You need to apply for this. You should not be spending your time. So I'm kind of seeing some of those results, and I'm like,
Oh,
so I want to be a better example. Yes.
mhm. Yeah. That's what that, and I think like that's some of the anger, like, and maybe that's some of your excuse too, where, how about I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
if the people I love don't do what's good for them,
if the people I love don't do what's good for them,
then I don't have to do what's good for me.
then I have to do what's good for me.
Yeah, right. Without this pattern, I am free
Without this pattern, I am free
to do what's best for me,
to do what's best for me,
even while the people I love
even while the people I love
don't do what's best for them.
don't do what's best for them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that's like one of the things I was thinking, because there's definitely this like a little bit of a, pointing the finger, but there's all the fingers pointing back.
Yeah.
Um,
And that makes me angry. I get frustrated with myself.
um, but I think that's what the elation was too. It's like, well, everybody's doing it this way, so who cares?
Great.
Yeah, distress went down to a 5, elation went to a 0, so you might feel a little bit like when the elation going down can feel a little poo-poo kind of.
No, I feel good. Like,
Stage of healing is a 6, so that's good.
oh, cool.
I mean, distress went down too, so you got your distress and your elation down.
Yeah,
And a
because I was
3.
10 on distress. Is that what you
So,
said?
yep. Show up, pay attention, tell the truth, and let go are
Okay.
good. Yeah, and I think maybe you've been told this before, but I mean, with the TV, if you're using it as a distraction, you might like do a personal inventory, like, am I using this as a distraction or a procrastination? And if the answer is yes or no, like you can decide. But also, like, there's another question I was going to say. The other question is, what do I need to feel instead of, like, what is the feeling I'm avoiding? Am I sad about something? Like, if you can think about whatever that feeling is,
Okay.
and connect with that, or maybe you need to just call someone. Maybe you need to call Patty.
I do a lot.
Yeah, yeah, you probably are. You're talking to people a lot too.
I do, because I'm like, oh, who can I call? I'm in charge of my schedule.
Or I mean, if there's a replacement thing that you like better, or whether it's podcasts or books or
Right.
that
Organizing.
you. Mhm.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
cool. Thank you, Patty. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording. Thank you.
Cool. Take
You can
number.
take those magnets down.